6 distinct eras. The Quran says that the universe was created in 6 eras. Skeptics claim that whoever wrote the Quran made a mistake. The universe is billions of years old. Today, cosmologists confirm that the universe went through 6 distinct eras. By applying the laws of physics to the universe, and comparing the possible solutions with the observations and measurements we've obtained, we can determine both where we came from and where we're headed. We can extrapolate our history all the way back to the beginning of the hot Big Bang and even before, to a period of cosmic inflation. We can extrapolate our current universe into the far distant future as well, and foresee the ultimate fate that awaits everything that exists. When we draw the dividing lines based on how the universe behaves, we find that there are 6 different eras that will come to pass. 1 inflationary era, which preceded and set up the hot Big Bang. 2 primordial soup era, from the start of the hot Big Bang until the final transformative nuclear particle interactions occur in the early universe. 3 plasma era, from the end of non-scattering nuclear and particle interactions until the universe cools enough to stably form neutral matter. 4 dark ages era, from the formation of the neutral matter until the first stars and galaxies ionize the intergalactic medium of the universe completely. 5 stellar era, from the end of ionization until the gravity-driven formation and growth of large-scale structure ceases when the dark energy density dominates over the matter density. 6 dark energy era, the final stage of our universe, where the expansion accelerates and disconnected objects speed irrevocably and irreversibly away from one another. We already entered this final era billions of years ago. Most of the important events that will define our universe's history have already occurred. Check this site out to verify, bigthing.org. The universe is already in its 6th and final era. 2022. The universe went through 6 distinct eras. This was known recently, however this was portrayed in the Quran 1,400 years before it was discovered. Quran 7:54. And your Lord, Allah, who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days and then settled on the throne. Allah covers the night with the day, asks for it persistently, and the sun and the moon and the stars enslaved by his orders. Is this not his creation and his command? Blessed be Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. Those 6 days are on the throne. The frame of reference for creation is the throne, not earth. We know from Einstein that my clock and your clock will not run at the same rate. Time, or rate of our clocks, depends on acceleration and or gravity. If my clock accelerates and or is in a strong gravitational field, then it will run slower than your clock. Muslims believe that paradise and hell are both much bigger and much more massive than Earth, but still much smaller than God's throne. The theory of general relativity says that time passes slower near an object more massive than Earth. Clocks run slower in stronger gravitational fields. So according to general relativity, time should pass in paradise/hell much slower than on Earth. This was known recently, however this was portrayed in the Quran 1,400 years before it was discovered. In the Quran, 1 day in paradise/hell measures a 1,000 years on earth. Quran 22:47. They challenge you to bring forth that torture in hell, and Allah will not break his promise. A day of your Lord, paradise/hell, is like 1,000 years of what you count. Here God promises those who do not believe in hell and punishment that each day of their torture in hell will measure 1,000 years on earth. So according to the Quran, time passes faster on earth than in paradise/hell. But this agrees with the theory of general relativity, which says that time passes slower near bigger mass. Paradise and hell are much more massive than Earth, and time should pass there much slower than on Earth. Christians believe that God created the universe in 6 earthly days and rested on the 7th. Muslims believe that 6 days passed at God's throne, but we experienced 13.7 billion years on Earth. Muslims believe that God is not bound to his throne, rather he created it and set it as a reference. The Quran says that God's throne is even wider than the whole universe, so how about the mass of God's throne? God's throne is much more massive than Earth. Time should pass there much slower than on Earth. Our solar system is 4.57 billion years old. Earth started accreting concurrently with the Sun and our neighboring planets 4.57 billion years ago. However, the universe is 13.7 plus minus 0.2 billion years old. This places the age of Earth at 1/3 the age of the universe. 4.57 billion/13.7 billion equals 1/3. In the Quran, God's throne is used as a reference. In God's throne time, Earth is 2 days old, while the heavens, Earth and everything in between are 6 days old. 2/6 equals 1/3. Quran 41-9 say, is it that you deny him, Allah, who created the earth in 2 days? and you claim others to be equal to him. He is the Lord of all the worlds. Quran 50:38, and we have created the heavens and earth and everything in between in 6 days, and we were not touched by fatigue. All those days are on the throne. The frame of reference for creation is the throne. When God says that he created the heavens, earth and everything in between, including you and me, in 6 days, this means that he is referring to the period of existence. Earth has been in existence for 2 days out of 6. 2/6 equals 1/3. Muslims believe that God sustains all living things, and all his commands to the angels to sustain man and animals were inscribed on the preserved tablet. The Quran says that not even a leaf would drop on earth without it being previously recorded on this preserved tablet. God says that he inscribed this preserved tablet before the creation of earth started. He answered our prayers today, as commands for the angels on the preserved tablet, during the first 4 days when earth was still smoke. After this he ordered earth to form. Quran 41:9-12 say, is it that you deny him, Allah, who created the earth in 2 days? And you claim others to be equal to him? He is the Lord of all the worlds. He set on it, earth, mountains, and bestowed it with blessings. And Allah estimated all its sustenance in 4 days, equally for those who ask prayers. After this, Allah commanded the heaven, and it was still smoke. He said to it and to earth, come together, willingly or unwillingly. They said, we do come together, in willing obedience. So Allah judged them as 7 heavens, one above the other, in 2 days, and revealed to each heaven its orders. And we, Allah, adorned the lowest heaven with lights and protection. Such is the decree of the Exalted, the Knowledgeable. God answered our prayers today when earth was still smoke, the first 4 days. After this, Thumma in Arabic, God ordered earth to form. The formation of earth took 2 days. So our prayers today are already answered on the preserved tablet since before the formation of earth started. Also in the first 2 days God judged the 7 superimposed heavens and revealed his orders to the angels, as instructions on the preserved tablet. In God's throne time, earth is 2 days old while the heavens, earth and everything in between are 6 days old. This makes the age of earth to be 1/3 the age of the universe, 2/6 equals 1/3. Similarly in earth time, the age of earth is 4.57 billion years while the age of the universe is 13.7 billion years. This is also 1/3. 4.57 BLN/13.7 BLN equals 1/3. So it is the same ratio in earth time or in God's throne time. The theory of general relativity explains why time at God's throne passes slower than on earth. General relativity explains why 6 days passed at God's throne, but we measured it as 13.7 billion years. So according to the Quran, God's throne greater than paradise/hell greater than earth, the smaller the mass, the faster the time. We are sure that time is relative, that is, the age of the universe is different for observers with clocks running at different rates. For example, there exists an observer who measures the age of the universe to be 3 billion years, however, he also measures the age of Earth to be 1 billion years. But the Quran presented it as a ratio, 1/3, and this ratio turned out to be correct for any observer, whatever the clock rate. If the Quran presented it in any form other than a ratio, it would have been wrong for different observers. How could an illiterate man who lived 1,400 years ago have known about the age of the universe? The Christian Bible puts the creation of Earth on day 1, making the age of Earth equal to the age of the universe. So the age of the universe according to the Bible is 6,000 years.